right, so JoLyn, you recently listed your house for sale with us.
Yes.
And when I came over, I always ask you, is this the correct acreage? So like I asked, is it correct that it's 1.5 acres? And what did you tell me?
Oh, absolutely not. It's over 2. Everything I know of, it's always been over 2.
And everybody always tells me that whenever we say, is the acreage correct? You'd be surprised at how many times people say, no, that's not correct. So my next question is always, well, do you have something showing the correct acreage? And you said,
I have tax bills that show it, so I went and pulled all my tax bills to show you what it said as the acreage, and lo and behold, a few years ago, it did change on my tax bill, and I did not notice that because I was not paying attention.
yeah, so when we looked at the tax bills, like in 2019, it was 2.66 acres. In 2020, it went to 1.6, and that's like an acre just disappeared.
Vanished, yes.
Did your taxes go down?
No.
No, they did not.
No, they did not. They did not go down.
They
no.
did not go down. So we knew possibly it was just a typo. Somebody was typing in something, they typed it in wrong. And typically what we do, because you had refinanced it, and it was actually your parents' house that you bought from them at some point.
Yes.
So we knew that there'd be a legal description. And the legal description is describing what you're selling. So there's typically the acreage, or it'll reference a plat or a survey or something, but it tells exactly what you're doing. So when I pulled yours, it's a very old legal description. So it was above my pay grade to understand like what it was describing. So I sent it to a closing attorney, and what did he tell us?
It described over 8 acres, which was not true either.
Yeah, like you knew you didn't have 8
No.
acres. And he was like, I can't even believe somebody closed this property with this legal description. Now, I also got a second opinion, because I went back to the firm that closed it and sent them the legal description and said, how did you close it for this? Because I'm being told this says 8 acres. And what did they tell us?
They didn't have the document.
They were going to have to check.
They were going to have to search the document and
And
never found it.
And never have contacted us.
No.
No, we had nothing. So then we were forced to we were going to get a survey. And how long did they tell you that was going to be?
A minimum of 4 to 6 weeks to come out and get the survey done.
But we felt like over the course, because how long did your parents live there?
They've been there about 20 years.
Yeah, so as in 20 years ago, it would have been almost impossible to buy it without a survey because it was required back in the day. But we couldn't find anything. Where did you find it?
As we were getting ready to pack up, we found it in the back of a closet, just a random envelope, and opened it up, and bam, there was a copy of the survey from when they purchased it that we had no idea was in the closet. So we ended up finding the survey that's 20 plus years old.
And what's the what's the acreage?
It shows 2.11 acres.
So like it's so weird.
It's all over the place.
Weird.
Yes.
And now they'll fix the legal description because they'll go off of that survey and all that kind of stuff. But you went from having over 2 acres to down to 1.5 to up to 8. No, you
now
know,
to 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you just want to hang on to your documents when you close on a house, because all these systems are typed in by real life humans who make mistakes.
Right.
And if you don't have proof, you end up having to pay to get the proof.
Yes.
So hang on to your documents.